We're back with the Esports World Cup on our Kings Invitational mid-season as we're going to jump back into Group B here, Isaiah, as we're going to find out if All Gamers Global will be able to secure a spot in the playoffs. Because this is going to be a very interesting position here, because let's take a look at the standings right now for Group B. All Gamers Global are currently 1 and 2. They're not secured a playoff spot yet, because there is a scenario where there is going to be a three-way tie for the bottom 4, 5, and 6 spots. Now, if All Gamers Global lose to Loops, and if they lose to Team Falcons, then it will be a three-way tie in the bottom. But if they get any of these wins, if All Gamers Global is able to get a win either against Loops or Team Falcons, then they will secure the playoff spot.
Yes, that's so true. And we can only rely on to what will happen in here on the results between AG, Global, and Loop. So again, both of these teams already have gone through a lot. But let's take a look at the roster first. On the side of Team AG Global, we have Lived, Kinglin, Myosotis, Zeiss, and Snow, looking like ready to take some action. I mean, they have two losses from yesterday, but they're starting off their day 2 so well with
their one win was against Boom, which unfortunately will not actually. If it goes to a three-way tie, then it becomes very interesting, because in a head-to-head situation, all these teams have beaten each other. And like each team has beaten another team once, so it becomes a three-way tie, which is going to be interesting. But if All Gamers Global is able to get any single win from the next upcoming games, up to upcoming games, they will be able to secure a spot. So make sure you tweet about it. Make sure you make a post about it on social media. Hashtag HoKXEWC 2024, and you stand a chance to win some permanent skins if your post gets found out. And of course, the Elaine Heavenblade skin is we've seen it in action multiple times as well. Make sure you get your hands on it now that it's on a discount.
Discount, you wouldn't want to miss that. You know, we've seen this in action many times, because Elaine is most of the time getting picked by the teams, and we've seen, you know, like if you love Elaine, not only that you get access to the backline, but you get access to the promotion that we currently have so far. This is time limited, guys, so make sure as you and actually you have two ways. Like, you can actually get this from the event happening already in game, or you can actually purchase this via discounted tokens. But yeah, we head on to proceed onto our drafting phase. AG Global versus Loops. Okay, looking like we have a ban on the Ming, Mai Shiranui, and the Daxiao already.
That is the Mai not going to be seeing the light of day in this game. Arlie is still left in the pool. Oh, never mind, spoke a bit too soon. That's going to be banned out there by Loops. And
yes, I mean, Arlie, although it's not like a 100% win rate for this lady, you know, if she's given the power spike early on or the late game, she can just like go ham and wild. Very hard to lock, CC lock, and very hard to chase. So, and of course the damage potential.
The Leah will be the first pick there for AG, while Loops will pick up the Long and the Elaine. So Long being left out in the pool here, that means AG might have an opportunity to pick up the Ogren here to pair it up with the Dalia. So lots of healing with that if they decide to pick that up for the side of AG. Let's maybe give it to Myosotis to play in the jungle, but they will do exactly that, and the Yuhuan as well, going in towards the mid for Devil.
Yes, and as we can see it right now, pretty sure this is looking like mid Yuhuan and Ogran on the jungle, unless they want to flex it even further with the Ogran being on the Clash lane. But we've seen that yes from yesterday on stream A, but yeah, there's still an opportunity for the AG Global in here to, you know, play around their draft.
Definitely. Loops picks up a counter pick to the Yuhuan there. That's the Sundin with the silence, can absolutely come in clutch to be able to prevent her from just using her ultimate to back off. But lacking a little bit of the crowd control here for that Loops. Only a lane there really as their main crowd control dealer. Sunbin is okay in that regard, but still needs another hero to be up in the front line to play along with it. So Loops will ban out the HoK. That's interesting. An interesting ban there from Loops, while All Gamers Global banning out the Luna, as well as maybe the Dun or the Jing that's still left in the pool there for Loops to pick up.
Yes, that's true. I mean, this HoE got a little bit of update wherein his basic attacks has some longer interval, so will basically slowing down his attack speed a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, they still want to respect this one with his power.
Absolutely, not one of those heroes you want to allow to the late game. Loops doesn't have a lot of ways to cut towards the back lines as well. That is really able to deal with the HoE. So better safe than sorry. Get that out of the way. While Musashi has been more up and coming that we've been seeing here, banned out there by All Gamers Global. So Loops will need to pick up a jungler as well as their mid laner here. So Dun is in the pool. So is the Heino, which is really great in the front line role to play with the lane as well. So they have these two heroes to play off with for the side of Loops.
Yeah, I mean, you are not gonna see the Heino only just going for the front line, but the pokes, long range pokes as well, is quite annoying. So, I mean, wait, Guan Yu, been a while since we last saw this Guan Yu. I think we did not see this Guan Yu from yesterday, right? I think no, but just the Sunset. But yeah, Guan Yu, I mean, so much knockbacks, gonna be super annoying in here. What more, we have a Dolia. That could, you know, if she wants to, she could just like quickly reset in here. But of course, the regeneration of this energy coming from Guan Yu will be much quicker as we go on to the later stages of the game. Might give the Heino or the lane or whoever it is, maybe even the Long, a hard time onto positioning themselves in whenever team fights.
The Guan Yu is the general himself is not the strongest of laners, but against the lane it's not going to be too bad. He does have so much global presence as well, being able to rotate very quickly across the map. Loops will finish off their draft with a Jing, so that's going to be additional burst damage from the side of Loops. So maybe try and pick off the Lady Sun to try and burst down the Dolia before the heals become too annoying for them to deal with. So overall, Kaisaya, which, if you look at both these teams' draft, which do you prefer?
Just alone in the draft. I mean, there's a lot of healings and HP regeneration also. I mean, not super a lot, but they have all of these heroes on the side of Team Loops. They have their own innate capability to regenerate their HP. But I think onto the late game, I'm relying more onto the side of Team Secret's composition. They also have the power to actually become aggressive with the Ogran on the early stages. So I think I'm more relying onto the TS lineup for this series.
Okay, let's see if they are able to live up to your expectations here, Kaisaya, as we head into the Hero's Gorge. We have the Heino played by Kang in towards the mid, as it will be a jungle Jing. So a little bit of a switch up of the roles. The Heino can play in both positions, so nothing too out of the way for that. But the Heaven Blade Elaine skin is in the Gorge right now. Jing already be able to pick up the Crimson Golem, making sure that the invade is in vain here. And actually, if you're looking at how the rotations are coming in from the side of Loops, they're putting heavy emphasis on securing the jungle for Jing.
Yes, for sure. I mean, Jing is also like fast and moving across the map, but we can see how Mesotis together with Snow tried to go for an invade a while ago because they want to capitalize on the early game potential of the Ogrand as well. So I realized I mentioned TS a while ago instead of AG Global. I still maybe haven't moved on from TS versus Vitality, but yeah, here we go with AG and Loops. But how about you? I think I gotta return the question back to you. Are you, in terms of just the draft alone, are you leaning towards more in the T?
I mean, I can't hate the Jing pick. She's just such a flashy hero with the mirror domain and being able to do so much damage as well. Definitely the hero that they needed, but it's hard to vote against the Ogren as well. He's been doing very well in the recent days, and it's tough to decide between both these heroes.
So you just leave it just to me. So We continue. Yeah, it seems like that happened. But yeah, let's see. It's all about the execution anyway. We'll see how Loops in here will make use of the power of the Jing, but we cannot deny the fact on the plays that we have seen on the Ogran hero. But I'm also excited to see how the Guan Yu will actually, showcase his abilities in here.
Snow's been doing okay in the lane, neck and neck against the lane. That's what we're talking about in the laning stage. Ooh, Sarah taking a lot of damage, has to back off. No amount, he doesn't have the healing that AG has in the lane with the Dalia, so he's gonna have to rely on his skills to be able to regenerate his health. Slowly but surely he's gonna get it back, so no harm done as long as he's not bursted down in the next few seconds. But Kank already level 4, he's going to be annoying with the Phase Rewind, always very difficult to kill. Level 5 already on Snow, he's starting to rotate across the map.
Yes, that's true. And rotating toward, I mean, that's gonna be an easy rotate for me. He's got his spores, so it's an easy one for him. Likewise, of course, Lived on the U1 is gonna be an easy way for him to rotate across the map. Just gonna be making use of the Mournful tempo to give him the tempo to rotate on the map. But talking about tempo, we can see Tempest already super low on HP, getting chased by the rest of the members of AG, HK, Guan Yu, and Yuhuan, but to no afford. No casualties as of yet within this 3-minute game time. But seems like the fight is ongoing onto the middle lane. Are they going to be fully committing onto this one? Jing already on the mirror domain right now. Will they actually finally get a kill in here? But going so low, he instead will become the first blood onto the hands of Team AGHK. Sotis will secure the kill, but meanwhile, onto the bottom lane, we can see Zeiss going so low. Ooh, almost to death in there. Fortunately for her, she was able to actually roll back to safety with, of course, some HP.
That was really close on towards the bottom side. Like I said, Zeiss barely surviving right there, but the Dalia able to heal him back up, so no harm done there. And we get to see Sotis in action with the Ogren. And as well as Snow. Snow just did so much damage in the last fight on this Guan Yu. And it's interesting to see also that we rarely see a Clash lane matchup where both of the Clash laners do go sprint. So both the Elaine and the Guan Yu both have sprint to try and move across the map to try and amplify the damage a bit more. So it's a little bit interesting to see that. Bottom lane, Sotis towards the front line. 4 heroes from the side of AG. The silence does come in, but Yuhuan pops the ultimate before it lands, so he's able to provide the healing to his team. And he will get his ultimate refresh there by the Dalia. So no harm, no foul here. Top lane, Jing going for a kill towards Snow. Snow in some trouble. Snow will fall. Snow will melt as he will lose out on the Azure Golem buff as well, being given away to the side of Loops.
Really nice cross map play coming from the Jing and there, and not allowing Guan Yu to actually catch up on any team fight happening onto the bot. But for the meantime, there goes the aggression coming from Loops members in here onto the top side. But it seems like they will leave all alone. So we continue the rotation onto the bot though, seeing some members on the side of Loops rotating towards that. Their tower on the bot is just a slither of HP, and this could be taken down anytime with a rolling raid coming from
might be in some trouble, taking a lot of damage. The silence does come in, but he manages to drop the pool in time and able to heal up from that. So very close call there for Qinglin to be able to survive. But hey, AG wants a fight. They want the tower as well. They move Devil towards the bottom side. Guan Yu is just trying to cut off any sort of backup that can come in, but looks like Loops will give up the tower and they will give a 1,000 net worth lead going towards the way of All Gamers Global. But hey, top lane, Tempest able to push out and play that macro game for himself.
Yeah, meanwhile, the siege continues in here, and again, cross-map plays here and there. This is just, there is a slight lead on the hands of AG in here, but we can see the potential of Loops. But meantime in here, Jing actually onto the middle lane, creating some plays with the mirror domain. Easy gonna get secure onto a kill. Lots of healing coming from the Yuan stuns connecting as well with the Mournful Sorrow. But oh, look at that, everyone's just gonna be disengaging, and we'll try to go back to safety.
Sides just really trying to find an opportunity to take a good fight to be able to take down their opponent's tier 1 tower. Both sides taking down very low there earlier on, but no casualties on either team. So the AG with the superior healing is going to continue to try and poke and prod to try and find opening there. No silence up here for Mitty at the moment, so that is one huge team fight component taken away from the side of Loops. But hey, bottom lane, tier 1 already fallen. That's going to be a win there in Loops' book.
Definitely though. But meantime, we can see this chase coming up from Myosotis. He's gonna let them go. He needs, of course, some backup in there. But yeah, this is still kind of a stalemate in this 7-minute game time right now, because they are pretty much equal in gold, literally equal as well as in the kills as well. Even the towers, I would say. So a lot of things can happen. But I think in order for them to capitalize on a potential lead, they could actually try to go for a pick-off on their main carries. Could be Shere or could be Zeiss, and then
like I said, very even game. Both teams still trying to find an opening to break open this this stalemate here. Guan Yu rotating down towards the bottom side. Snow is going to try and stop ABH from pushing out the lane as aggressive as he is. Devil taking a lot of damage there from Zeri, but Zeri not able to finish him off. Not want to use his Infinite Vastness for that. Oh, a lane towards the top lane, trying to go for a kill. Tempest might be turned around. Qinglin in some trouble. Here comes Mitty. The silence does come in. Dolia in some trouble, but will be able to back off. No follow-up, no stuns.
Definitely not as of yet. They are actually not in a good position, but again, if looking solely on the rotation, it seems like both of them wants to make sure that their other end of the map is actually pushed. But meantime, a stage is ongoing already coming from the side of AGHK, but seems like one of the members here from Loops would want to create a play on the sides. I love how Long actually pushed the top, but that's the same thing that the sides actually have done in the bot. So again, still on a stalemate, nothing is happening as of yet. But we could anytime soon be able to see a potential, a power spike on one particular team. But ooh, I love the invade onto the jungle once more, coming from the side of AGHK. Will they continue to commit onto the team fight? Nope, they will not. But they will create some space for Zeiss to free hit on the bottom.
Both teams are just so close. Like you said, oh, the silence misses, but the backline, we see 90. Tempest is already there trying to take a fight. He still has his death on Sunset. He can back up, but oh, they do lose Mitty on towards the backline. But here comes the Guan Yu. Huge damage. Tempest gets burst down. Two heroes already down here for the side of Loops, and it looks like they might lose this tier 1 mid tower, as the Leah will be able to heal everybody up, and everybody from Loops right now is just so low they can't take a fight right now.
Blue team has destroyed a tower.
Yeah, so true. I mean, now we're starting to see some spike on the going on to the side on AG Global, and that happened right after they gave the space for Zeiss to take the tower down the bot. So a lot of space created. Even Myosotis just making use of his what do you call this? If his path of passing, just to create that space, in not allowing Loops to go to that free hit onto the backline. They do have again an access to the backline in the form of Tempest, a lane, but so far, I mean, he doesn't have an execute. He can sprint, but I mean, if he tries to go for an ult, death at sunset, and no execute for you, so it's not gonna be a sure kill.
Absolutely not. They will have to rely on ABH to provide the remaining bit of damage, and also for the Jing to finish off these soft heroes that Heino will be chipping them down. The Tyrant will go down very quickly, going towards the way of All Gamers Global as they look for a fight. The silence comes in, it's huge. Yuhan able to pop the ultimate in time though, as he gets refreshed, and Long has to pop his ultimate and try and back off there. Tempest is some trouble trying to sprint away, but sprint no more as he will fall. Fate Rewind will be used there, but Tank will not be able to back away from that, as that is 2 heroes down once again for the side of Loops. All Gamers Global, they want to secure a spot in the playoffs, and it looks like they are in the driver's seat at the moment. 3,000 net worth going their way.
Again, this is what we're looking for. Stalemate no more, said AG Global HK, as they get that control over the map. Even having a good flow of minion waves in the mid and in the bot as well. Anytime soon they can actually take down the tower again. Lady Sun really fast in taking down towers. Just gonna go for the rolling raid. Even though they don't have any minion waves in there, it's gonna be an easy takedown of the tower if the S1 of the Lady Sun is present. So yeah, now they fall back and just be chill, because their skills are quite on cooldown. Although they all have the thanks to the Dolia for the recess.
Yeah, Yeah, it's been really
resets of
effective
the
on towards
skills.
the Yuhuan, just being able to stand in towards the front lines and heal up his entire team. That's allowed AG to take a 5,000 net worth lead, and all the tier 2 towers are down already for the side of Loops. It looks like All Gamers Global, they want to go for more. They want to try and find another opening to end this game right here and now, because they know they're strong. They know they have a lead. They just need a way to break open the high ground, to break open the remaining 2 tier 3 towers in the side of Loops.
Yeah, that's so true. But now this is definitely gonna help AG Global to even further push the lanes, because they're gonna get the buff from the Overlord Vanguards that will give them some true damage, and where in which particular lane they're gonna drop this off. They're not dropping it off as of the moment. Potentially they will be waiting to make use of that as a saving grace later on. If so, in case some potential comeback could happen on the side of Luz, because I think they're still respecting the damage of the Long and of course what the Jing can do.
It's not over yet here for the side of Loops. With the Jing, you always have an opportunity, but here they're trying to break open the high ground. Tier 3 down to half health already. It's gonna go down very quickly with the damage coming from the Lady Sun. She is doing so much damage. The Shadow Vanguard goes up towards the top lane, while the mid lane will be pushed out there by ABH, trying to buy some space, trying to buy some time for Zere to be able to continue on and get his next tier of items. We haven't seen what sort of itemization he's gone for yet, but I can feel it. He's almost there to his peak. So let's see if he's able to get it before they lose this game here. Tier 3 in the top lane does fall, and there is one more tier 3 tower left standing here for Loops to try and defend.
But it seems like this is going to be an easy takedown by AG Global as well. Access to the backline as well. What is happening? Is this the comeback we're waiting for? Ali trying to do his best to actually reach out the backline, but to no afford. He will fall down onto the hands of the members of AG Global. But then again, a free hitting Share in here on the side of Loops, forcing the members of AG Global to back away. But they're still pretty have a good numbers in here. I think just gotta be respecting the HP bars of Myosotis, and they're super low. So I think they wanna make sure that they are all complete again before they actually.
Yeah, but good hold there by Loops. Didn't lose that game right there and then, but losing all the tier 3s is not a good spot. Let's take a look at the replay again. The Guan Yu knockback on towards the backlines just allowed them to burst down. Mithy and Tempest as well wasn't able to finish things off, so that was just 2 of your crucial heroes down for the count. That was all your team fight for the side of Loops, and without them, you're not able to take those fights later on. So 7,000 net worth lead for the side of All Gamers Global right now. They're looking in a good spot to secure their playoff spot, and Loops losing here doesn't affect their qualification, but will affect their seeding.
Yeah, for sure. Again, this is second to the last game for both of these two teams. So whatever will be the result in here will also affect the fate of the other teams in their group. So let's see how they're gonna go about this, because we can see the members of Team AG Global already trying to go focus fire onto the crystal, access to the back lane already, and here forcing the members of Loops to back away. Shields here and there, healings here and there. Myosotis will fall down. Is this still the comeback potential? No minion waves already from the side of AG, but something's coming up onto the top as well. They still have Zeiss, who was just trying to poke down the crystal, and there goes the minion.
Silence.
I think this is gonna be it anytime soon, but the members of the Loops in here still try to go for a comeback. A double kill, however, and almost a wipeout, leaving Mirthi all alone, and that's gonna be it. AG Global will take that win away.
And with that win, they
Loops.
also secured a spot in the playoffs. You could hear them shout from here that they know that they've secured a spot. They know that they are in through the playoffs, and seeing their results from day number 1, they were definitely not feeling themselves. They're not feeling very happy about it. But with this win, All Gamers Global, they will secure their playoff spot, and it will be Group B pretty much locked in right now. Falcons, no shot to make it to the playoffs, as we have the top 4 already pretty much locked in here for the side of Group B. Only seeding matters right now, and that is going to be the fight of Loops and All Gamers Global. They both have one more game left to play, and that will decide their seeding in Group B.
A lot of one last remaining games for the rest of the teams in Group B. Well, except for Weibo and Boom. But yeah, let's take a look at the highlights from the previous game. We can see in here at this 15-minute game time, still quite a long game because we had a long stalemate in there, right? We just have to wait again the power spike of the Lady Soon to go up, and once he was given a chance to go for tower takes, then there goes him. I mean, lots of crits here and there that made the Alain, and I mean, it's just the Alain anyway, trying to go for the front line for themselves. So I mean, their draft is not really built mostly to go for a 5v5 clash, but you know, just pick off a target first. But they're having a tough time because again, there's the healing coming from the Dolia U1 combo, and that made it hard for them to reach out the Lady Soon. And they tried though. Alain, however, going on to the backline with the Death at Sunset, doesn't even though he doesn't have the execute, still tried his best on going for the kill or reach onto the backline. But yeah, here's the result. What do you say about this?
It took a while for both teams to try and get out that stalemate, but it was just one final fight, one good engagement coming from, I believe it was Snow cutting towards the back line, just allowed them to be able to take the win from there. So very impressive play there. They were so happy to be able to take the win. And you can see in their post-game, the reactions are, they were just so happy to be here. Maya Sotis, well-deserved MVP here in this game. 6-1-2, and dealing a lot of damage and soaking up a lot of damage for his team as well on the Ogren.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they were very patient as well on that stalemate that us casters has been quite noticing for quite a while, because we were looking for, this could be anybody's game. But again, the moment that they gave that space for the Lady Soon, Ogren was definitely contributing on that part as well, because we did even see, like, in the early stage of the game, they tried to go for the invade on the jungle camp of Jing. They weren't super successful, but I mean, they were able to, take a few small jungle camps in there that allow them to, somehow get the momentum. And again, it's all about teamwork, allowing the Lady Soon to go for the tower objectives. And everyone, let us know what you think about that match. You can, on Twitter. Actually, the social media are all listed in here, but I guess you can post on Facebook, Twitter, and maybe Instagram as well. I don't know, true story. But yeah, or maybe Threads, an equivalent of that. Hashtag HoK EWC 2024. Let us know your thoughts. Maybe you can also get a chance to win some permanent skins in
Absolutely.
game. So,
it's been a long day for all these teams. We're almost done with the group stages of the Honor of Kings Esports World Cup Invitational, and it's been a long ride for these teams. We've got some dreams already crushed, we've got some dreams realized for a couple of these teams. All Gamers Global, they came from the Open Series, they went into the they went to the Season 2 Invitational, they got a pretty decent result, and right now they're top 8 in the mid-season invitational mid-season, which is a very fantastic result for such a young team. So very well deserved win there. They are in towards the playoffs, and they have one final game against Team Falcons happening right after this, which will decide whether they will be in the third seed or the 4th seed.
Wow. Yes, let's see if they're going to be cementing their position already in here. Again, it's just either AG Global getting that win to give them a higher position in the rankings, or Falcons already saying, okay, we're not going to give you that position for yourselves. But yeah, we'll just have to find out. For the meantime, I think we have to head into a really short break. Once again, I'm Kaisaya. With me is Zero. We'll be back after a few minutes.